Luxury cars aren't just an indulgence, they're a showground for the future of automotive, as car makers work harder and harder to impress an increasingly discerning buyer. Even if you're not shopping in this space, it sure is fun to see what's possible when comfort, quality and performance can coexist without compromise. With that in mind, let's meet our category-winning luxury cars from the 2024 Drive Car of the Year Awards.
At this year's awards, Drive judges sought to uncover the new vehicles that changed the game for Australian buyers of all budgets and needs. As part of our testing, we identified several luxury cars that impressed with their technology, on-road prowess, and industry-leading ownership experiences. They were our best luxury car under $100,000, the Mercedes-Benz C200, which wowed judges with its plush, slick feel both on the road and in the cabin. Our best luxury SUV under $150,000, the Mercedes-Benz GLC 300, the one-stop shop for tech, comfort and wow factor. Our best luxury off-road SUV under $150,000, the Land Rover Defender 110 D300, a technological feat with a feast of customization options and proper off-road chops. And finally, the best luxury electric vehicle under $150,000, the BMW iX xDrive 40, which impressed judges with its maximalist interpretation of the electrification wave.
Sometimes your new car is more than just a mode of transport. It has to make a statement. And Suze, the BMW iX, this thing makes a statement.
It really does. This is our best luxury electric vehicle under $150,000. So if you have six figures to spend, this is a pretty cool way to do it. Obviously, it looks fantastic. It's packed with technology. It's comfortable like a couch on the road, but it's also a performance powerhouse. So despite the fact it's a pretty large car, it can get you to 100 kilometers an hour at around 6 seconds. So it's pretty quick on the road. You've got fast charging capabilities, upwards of 400 kilometers of range. You've also got a very impressive Hans Zimmer composed soundscape. So in lieu of engine noises, you can listen to one of the world's most famous composers, Wardy, in your spare time. So that's why we think it's the perfect intersection of luxury and electric.
Let's check it out. The BMW iX takes BMW's practical X SUV range to a whole new futuristic level. As a design from the ground up electric vehicle, it means you don't have a central transmission tunnel. Instead, you've got this neat floating console that's got multiple layers, not only for storage, but for access to controls and things as well. On the road, despite its size, you've got sports car level performance. You've got a very, very comfortable and supple ride from the suspension. So it's a very opulent tourer as well. But probably the coolest stuff that leans into the whole electric vehicle thing. Going through some of the drive modes here on the touchscreen display, you can actually turn on a Hans Zimmer composed soundscape. So as you drive in the BMW iX, it gives you an orchestral majesty to where you're going. So whether it's for efficient, luxurious urban commuting or perhaps opulent big country touring, the BMW iX shows you what an opulent electric vehicle really can be.
Drive Car of the Year judges agree that one of the easiest ways you can measure luxury is the sense of insulation and quiet inside the cabin. And the BMW iX is very, very impressive. It is incredibly quiet in here, regardless of whether you're driving around at city speed like we are now or out on the open highway. You close the door and it's like you're in another world. It's one of the ultimate symbols of luxury, and it's one of the reasons that the BMW iX is right up there in its category.
Well, last year's luxury champion has proven victorious once again. It's the Mercedes-Benz C-Class, and it's our best luxury car under $100,000, Wardy. Judges love this car. Tell us a little bit more about why.
Look, absolutely, Suze. The Mercedes-Benz C-Class is the quintessential executive luxury sedan. And I tell you what, these days, this is all the Mercedes-Benz you need. It is chock full of technology. You step into this car, you feel like you've taken a layer above where you were previously. Even in this one, the C200, which is the trim that we've given the award to, it's a very compact and efficient engine. So you've got enough power, you've got impressive economy both around town and on touring. All of that technology, all of that comfort, plus look at it, it's a really, really stylish machine. So I think in terms of what luxury car buyers are looking for at this price point, the C-Class, it just answers everything.
In classic Mercedes fashion, the C-Class is all polish on the road, with a plush ride and smooth power delivery, making it a car that tours just as happily as it commutes.
You'll often hear the Drive Car of the Year judges in the lead up to final testing refer to complexity inside the cabin, too many buttons, too many controls. Well, Mercedes-Benz has managed to harness that and still make it look elegant. Make no mistake, there's still a lot of complexity here and things to learn in terms of the driver's display, the infotainment screen, the switchgear on the steering wheel, all those controls that you need to interact with. But gee, they look nice in here. Now, let's not gloss over the fact, and I didn't say gloss lightly, that I have spent the last 5 minutes wiping fingerprints off all these surfaces. So it's not perfect in here inside the C-Class, but once you do that, this is absolutely beautiful and premium. The attention to detail, even the air conditioning vents, the way they click into position when you move them around to adjust them, it's just beautifully executed in here. This feels like a really high quality luxury sedan, and that's exactly what the Drive Car of the Year judges were looking for.
Well, the Drive Car of the Year 2024 award for the best luxury SUV under $150,000 goes to the all-new Mercedes-Benz GLC. And Suze, is there anything this thing doesn't do?
There really isn't, and what Mercedes-Benz did with this car is they launched it in a single variant. Essentially what they're saying is this is the only GLC you will need. So for your spend, you get everything. 15-speaker sound system, a massive touchscreen, heated seats. It looks fantastic. It's got a buttery smooth ride quality as well on the road. Judges loved how comfortable, how quiet, how refined this car is in the cabin. Just epitomizes luxury. As well, it has a fair bit of space too, and a good boot, solid, practical dimensions for everyday living. So it's got that up its sleeve, but really what you're buying this car for is for comfort and to feel really special when you're behind the wheel. And to that end, the Mercedes GLC 300 really nails the brief. Let's hop inside and take a look.
The concept of luxury gets harder and harder to define every year as each manufacturer lifts its game and delivers a more premium overall product, regardless of the price point. But something like the Mercedes-Benz GLC, well, it is synonymous with luxury. First of all, it's a fantastic platform. This vehicle inherently is a really high quality SUV, but it could be the choice of materials or the configurable ambient lighting, could be the screens, the integration of the technology, the quality of the graphics, the fit and finish, or perhaps even the insulation of the cabin that defines to you what luxury means. Fortunately, if you're a luxury buyer in the medium SUV space, the GLC does all of those things and a few more. This is a genuinely high quality medium SUV. Not as much room in the second row as there is if you step up to something like the GLE, but this is still a usable, practical, and most important, premium family SUV.
The GLC is a chameleon on the road, with light steering that enables it to manoeuvre nicely around town and customisable driving modes that can give it a sporty edge or prime it for light-duty off-road use.
Best luxury off-road SUV under $150,000. It goes to a hallowed nameplate, Wardy, in the Land Rover Defender. This is a car that's taller than you, but it also has a fair few party tricks. Tell us a little bit more about it.
Look, Suze, I think one of the key things here is for those who know the traditional Land Rover Defender was a pretty rugged utilitarian vehicle. The new one has become somewhat of a luxury icon without losing any of that capability. We're massive fans here of the D300X Dynamic. So you've got a silky smooth 6-cylinder engine here. You've got air suspension, which as you can see is in full height at the moment. There's some impressive technology on the inside that you can configure as a driver, and on the outside you can basically personalize the car to your heart's content. That is proper luxury. Suze, I love this thing. It's fun to drive. It will go anywhere. Let's take a look on the inside.
Range Rover is a brand that's always been synonymous with two things, luxury and capability. But even though Land Rover is the parent brand, you could never have accused the Defender of the luxury part. Capability, yes. Luxury, no. Until this one, the all-new Defender set standards everywhere that hadn't been matched before. This is as capable as it was off-road, but markedly better on-road and incredibly more luxurious here inside the cabin. Everything about Defender's interior is genuinely luxury. It's finished to a high level, and most importantly, that means that new Land Rover Defender can mix it up out in the bush, but it can now sit comfortably among any of the other luxury vehicles from any of our Drive Car of the Year categories.
The Defender somehow manages to be unrivaled off-road, yet luxurious and refined on-road, with a range of engine options to suit your driving needs, plus superb ride comfort, optional air suspension, and advanced driver assistance tech.
So if you like the finer things in life, but you still want to find out more about the cars behind me, head to drive.com.au for more information.